This is the Pack Football Show on Fox Sports 1350. Let's head over to ThunderZone Pizza and Tap with your hosts Jim Brooks and Joe Cervi, along with Thunderwolves head coach Philip Veal.
And good evening, everybody. Yeah, welcome back. It's been a long time. Pack Football Show back in operation. We're here at ThunderZone Pizza and Tap House. Jim and Joe with the head coach Phil. Got a couple of guests tonight. Cade Foskey and Jordan Dodge, the new offensive coordinator for the Thunderwolves. Welcome, gentlemen.
Yeah, appreciate you having us.
Thanks for having us.
Phil, you ready for another season of tumult and bashing people and winning conference titles and doing all that stuff? Been a nervous spring and summer a little bit. You had a lot of injuries this summer. Just a little nicks, though, right?
Yeah, we're working to get some of those guys back right now. So it's been a great spring, great summer. You know, our guys have worked hard all year, and this is what we play. This is why we play. It's game week finally. You know, we got a conference opponent coming here for our first Thursday night game, and I'm excited. I'm really excited.
Well, after the end of last season, it seemed like, man, we lost a lot of key players, but you look up and down the line, I look at the roster, I'm saying, man, you kind of plug and play, and that's the sign of a great program, isn't it? When you get guys that leave, you get guys you can just stick right in there and go for it.
I think it's a sign of great assistance, you know, because they do an unbelievable job recruiting and bringing the right talent to CSU Pueblo, and obviously with the history and tradition of this place and the support and, you know, all that kind of stuff, it makes it an easy place to sell. And the people that have been coming on campus believe in what we're doing and how we're doing it. And we're getting the right people in the building, you know, and that's really my main job as a head coach is I'm a gatekeeper of Pack football and staff and players and all that kind of stuff. We have to evaluate, are they the right fit for Pack football? And we've got some really talented people in the building right now.
Do you evaluate the radio guys too?
Always, constantly,
24/7,
constantly. I got some guys in the portal that are just waiting.
I got
to
a
get
few
here.
texts. Yeah, I want that NIL money for broadcasting.
Hey, this is the guy to talk to now.
I know.
Can raise some money.
He's out there beating the bushes to keep us on the air.
That's exactly right.
Plugging Pack football. You know, Jim touched on it just a little bit. We've been doing this a long time. I've been doing it since it's the rebirth. That was the biggest senior day I've ever seen last year. And when you look at not just the guys who moved on, but the quality of guys moved on, you did have your work come out for you. But then, like Jim said, you look on this two deep and go, we called his name a lot. And a lot of them were special teamers. We'll go, hey, we called his name a lot. But the cupboard was far from bare coming into the spring.
Yeah, there's no doubt. I mean, obviously, we lost 21 seniors last year. Some really unbelievable players, unbelievable leaders. You know, it's hard to replace guys like Daniel Bone. You know, Taylor Toscas on the offensive side, Kia Scipio, Cody Ramming, John Nushi, you know, Noah Purcell, Howard Russell. I mean,
right.
there's a lot of really good.
Pretty good roster.
Yeah.
You just let go. the coordinators are going,
Exactly.
Yeah.
How do we fill that? But you found ways to fill that.
Well, you have to, you know, and that's the thing is like I told our staff when we got done, I said, guys, I don't know about you, but I'm not interested in taking a step back. You know, we got to go find the right people to come in here and continue to elevate this program and bring the right people. I think that's the biggest thing is for us is, you know, there's a lot of talented football players out there, but do they fit our culture? Do they fit who we want to be? And we said no to a lot of really talented football players because we want to make sure that we protect what we've got. And so we feel like we did a good job in recruiting, like I said. And, you know, last year we had 21. This year I think we'll have 23 seniors.
Right.
You know, and so even though we graduated a lot, we still have a veteran ball club coming back this year. And I'm really excited about the leadership of this team with those guys. I mean, today we had a leadership council meeting and Peyton Shaw, one of our senior DBs, said, you know, Coach, last year was the first year I've ever gone undefeated in conference. Last year was the first year I've ever been in the playoffs. Now I know what it takes. And we want to do more, you know, and they know the process is just to do it every day. Control what you can control and live in the moment that you got right now. And but I'm excited. I really am.
Well, that kind of falls on the assistant coach. You all are younger than Jim and I, but so is everyone. But you guys are a little bit old school in that you got to, back in the day, bring kids in, mold them, shape them, recruit them, coach them up for a few years, and then see how they blossom. Now, with the transfer portal and guys coming and going, you guys have to say, okay, that guy's going to fit our program. Is he going to fit my defense? Is that guy going to fit my offense? But he's going to fit our culture. How has that changed for you guys? Kate, you go first.
I mean,
the biggest thing is just feeling the kid out and talking to them. And, the biggest thing that we try to do as a staff is do very thorough research on every kid. That's calling their high school coach. That's calling their DC or their OC, their position coach at the school they're leaving, maybe even the head coach if you're lucky, if they'll want to talk to you. Not everybody wants to do that. But it's truly investigating to find the true character of the kid and make sure you know what you're getting whenever because we're not just going to bring any kid on campus on official visit. It's got to be the right guy. And most of the time, when we bring the guy on campus, we're getting that guy. Our success rate's extremely high, but it's about finding the right fit and having our guys talk to them even before they come out here on an official visit to see, hey, coach, I don't know about this guy. He doesn't fit the right mold of what we are and who we are. He's not our kind of guy. And that's the biggest thing is trying to find those guys that fit us. And I feel like we've done a great job over our 3 years here of finding high quality transfers that are not all about the flash and everything like that. They're about family. They're about having a strong culture. They love the brotherhood side of things. And most of all, they love playing the game at a high level, and they just want to be loved on as well. And that's something I feel like we stress on a ton about our kids is having a high quality relationship with them on and off the field, and not just being guys that want to coach you on the field and then they don't care about what's happening in your life outside of that.
Sure. What do you think, Jordan?
Yeah, I mean, similar to what Kate said, I think the process of it, starting with the position coach and being able to get on the phone and FaceTime him. I mean, we try to make it a point of it's got to go past just texting. I mean, that's an easy way to recruit nowadays. And when the position coach brings the guy, he's talked to him on the phone already. Like, we're able to go past just the base things of, like, we know the guy wants to be successful at his position, right? If it's a receiver, we know he wants the ball in his hands because we got to get to know the person because, there's one football out there in certain areas, and that guy, while everybody has individual goals, it's got to fall under, how we do things as the pack, and finding those key things is important.
Well, you're the new OC, and what were things discussed in the meetings? Hey, this is what we did well. We want to keep doing that. These are things we need to improve on. These are the things I want to change.
Yeah, I mean, that's probably the best part. I mean, I'm blessed to be in this situation, blessed to get an opportunity here, first and foremost, and you try to dive into it of just that. Like, hey, what were things that we did really well last year, and what were things even last year that we discussed, like, man, whether it's from a recruiting standpoint of, if it's changing certain personnel or what we got to find, or just certain situations that we had to grow in, and then in spring, finding ways to attack it. And lean into it. Every team's got strengths and weaknesses. Every offense does, and just making sure that we're leaning into the areas that we needed to grow. Because we know what we did last year, just the type of offense that we were, and how do you build on that? It's not necessarily wholesale change. It's finding things and maybe personnel or small things, scheme wise, whatever it is, to help us grow.
Well, key is you got your quarterback back.
Yeah, it helps to have a guy that
when
can
you don't have to
spin
break in a new quarterback, it's kind of nice. But the two guys you got behind him, they look pretty impressive as well.
Yeah, I similar to what Kate said, just the recruiting aspect. I think we've got Roman, obviously, that had the opportunity to start basically from Black Hills on and grow, and him being able to have a spring and grow as a leader and be around the guys more and have a full spring and summer has been great. But it's one thing I think that's unique about our program is obviously you want competition.
Sure.
You want Roman to have a guy behind him where he's like, man, if I'm not doing what I'm supposed to, I've got a guy right here that can step in and wants to step in. And I think at that position too, you got to have a room full of guys that you feel can grow and push each other, and because you can't just have one. You're one play away from anything really.
I don't think we've ever seen a pack season where one quarterback is taking all the snaps. It just doesn't happen anymore.
Maybe Ross, Ross Dowson, maybe, but even he might have been
he
dinged a little bit.
But that's why you see, this used to be running back where they would be five deep and all five would play because they had to, and one of them would win a game this week and one of them would win a game next week, just because of the nature of injuries and attrition and things like that happen. But I'm excited to see, like you said, Roman after a spring with the guys at home. I know he led the nation in efficiency last year. He was the most efficient passer in the country. It's kind of nice to start right there and build outward.
Right. Yeah, absolutely. No, and that's a credit to what obviously Roman did and those guys last year did, receiving core wise and tight ends and backs. And it's similar to, like you asked about, just the whole whole thing with the offense. It's like, okay, what is Roman? What is something we continue to push him towards? And put him in those situations to stretch and grow.
Well, the other key part, offensive line, Phil.
I was hoping somebody's going to mention
it's
it.
Intact,
there is no offensive line.
And they're big and bad, and they're mean. And you just look across the line, and I go, we got the updated heights and weights this year. And I said, man, we got 20 pounds of muscle on each one of them. They've been working hard, and they're back with all that experience.
I think on the offensive side, I've said it a couple times, the most excited of all the position groups is the O-line. We got 4 of the 5 returning, and then we have a Division I transfer at center that's done a really good job this spring and summer and fall camp. That's stepped right in and has done a really good job, extremely football smart, wants to be great, and then we've got, our 2 pillars on the edge. Both of our tackles are absolute studs. We had to fight tooth and nail to keep him here.
I bet. I mean,
yeah.
and it's not just going; it's going to the next level. Going.
Yeah.
And that's hard for kids to not do that. But when you see what you can do with them here, and know that a CSU Pueblo player was once the highest paid center in the NFL.
No doubt.
It doesn't matter where you play if you got the goods.
No doubt.
So
actually, Ryan came to one of our practices last year, and Tyler Etheridge, our left tackle, introduced himself to Ryan, and the first thing he said was, "I'm going to be the next great Ryan Jensen come out of here."
Nice.
Yeah, and he believes in himself, and I believe in those guys, man. They're doing a great job. Then we have Artie and Domingo coming back on the inside. Those guys have played a lot of football together and have seen a lot of things, and so it's been awesome to watch their progression, throughout the years, and I'm really excited about that group. And I think, we've got Reggie coming back, we got Zach Rack coming back, we got Cookie coming back from an injury, we got Keon Martinez coming back from an injury, and then we added some really talented pieces at the receiver position that I think can really. It's gonna be. I told Coach
Do we have
Browning,
enough footballs?
That's exactly right. I told Coach Browning, I said, man,
Coach Dodge only has one.
We're going to have an issue keeping everybody happy because there's some really, really, really talented football players in that room. I think we're deeper than we've ever been in that room, in the receiver room right now.
What does that tell you? Last year was pretty. The year before was pretty. I mean,
well, if there's anything about it, you got Paul Browning in the spot, and he's, when he played, he was dedicated to blocking. It wasn't necessarily getting the ball. He liked to get the ball, but there was more things to win a football game, and the running game was huge, and he was one of those guys out there blasting people and enjoyed it.
He told us the other day, he said, I could play tight end in the NFL right now. I said, come on, Coach. Get real.
For that, but
Hey, the confidence, though.
but you know what I love about Paul being on staff now is he's always kind of been around the program. He's a great guy.
Yeah.
Obviously, you know him as well as we do, but to have a guy that caught the only touchdown in a natty for this program, to see that up on the wall, and he's in the room with these guys every day. I mean, that's living the culture, man. He not only is he living the culture and passing it on, he was the guy that created it first with that group, and plus he's one of our favorites. I covered him back in high school before he was anybody, and so that's how far back I go with Paul Browning. So PB and I have, he was a pretty good basketball player too.
He's a great ambassador for CSU Pueblo, you know, and a guy that just loves this place so much. And that, obviously we had him around last year in a voluntary role, and impressed me tremendously during that time. And then, when Coach Atkinson left to Stephen F. Austin, I pulled in some of our top receivers and said, what do you think of Coach Browning? Like, hire him.
Yeah.
Hire him yesterday,
Right.
And it was just an easy fit, easy transition for us. And he's done a great job, coming in and bringing that fire and just the coaching for your alma mater special.
Sure.
And especially when you've had as much success as he's had in this place. And so it's been awesome to have him.
All right, Cade, you want to talk some defense?
Let's go.
All right, keep your powder dry. Hold your water. Our old buddy Rick Upchurch
Hold your water.
Don't jump offside. We'll come back after this break, and we'll do that. Russell Implement, proud to be another sponsor this year.
Let's go.
Your local premier Kubota Case International Harvester and New Holland dealer. Please like their Facebook business page for a chance to win one of 2 $100 gift cards and receive all the updates and promotions they are offering. Same name, same family since 1960. Russell Implement, another year of sponsoring the Pack Football Show. We are at ThunderZone Pizza and Tap House. It's Monday. Usually we're on Wednesdays. I think, Ryan, is it hamburger night? $10 hamburgers? $10 hamburgers all night long.
Let's go.
At ThunderZone. So that is what I'm going to be having afterwards.
There you go. Hey, why not?
And I'm looking forward to that.
It's going to be fun with the schedule this year. This first 4 weeks,
we're all over the
Monday,
lot.
Wednesday, Thursday.
Just pick a night, and then we'll be here.
It's like Maction football.
Yes, pick a night, and we're either playing or on the air or traveling. So.
All right, we got some gear tonight from Keg One as well, as they're out in force. Thanks to the Hutch brothers over there. Good job. And Keg One of our sponsors of Thunderwolves football all year long. Come back after this timeout. We'll talk defense. That's coming your way next. Pack Football Show on Fox Sports Pueblo.
This is the Pack Football Show on Fox Sports 1350. Let's head over to ThunderZone Pizza and Tap with your hosts Jim Brooks and Joe Cervi, along with Thunderwolves head coach Philip Vigil.
And welcome back, ThunderZone Pizza and Tap House Pack Football Show. New sponsor this year of the Pack Football Show, Colorado Front Range Roofing, Jim Sprague and Company.
Jimmy.
They take pride in offering top quality roofing services to homeowners and businesses across the Front Range. Years of experience in the industry. Their team specializes in roof repairs, installations, and replacements, ensuring durability and perfection for every property they service. They work with a wide range of materials. They include asphalt, shingles, metal, tile, and to suit the specific needs of your building. You got all that?
Hey, if it's Jimmy Sprague, he'll let you know.
Veteran owned. Thank you, Jim.
Yeah, Jimmy's a great guy. Local official.
Probably see him
official.
Probably see him at the golf tournament.
We get him out to some of our games.
You'll hear him.
I found out I'm playing with the Ent crew on Friday.
I'm playing with the Pueblo Water crew, and we found out who our student athlete player with us is.
Oh man!
Because we request him every year. Archie Wyatt.
Well, maybe that's what
Scotland.
Freedom. That must be the
golfer.
CSU Pueblo
He's a
guy.
great golfer.
I tried to recruit him to be a tight end for us.
Oh my goodness!
Archie.
Is it Archie the big?
Archie's Archie looks like the caddy from Happy Gilmore.
There was one Scottish
but he hits it about 4,000 miles.
That Josh had on his team. That was a big old dude.
No, this guy, he's skinny and blonde and tall.
You want to take him at tight end, Coach
He
Dodge?
hits it
He's got length.
a gazillion miles.
My brother was out here in a tournament on Friday. What they have out here Friday? The state fair thing had
Foundation tournament.
So he was playing, and he goes, "Man, I saw those CSU Pueblo guys on the end of the range." He goes, "My God, they're a lot better than you used to be."
Yeah, well, way better.
I go, "Well, it's improvement of the program."
Yes,
you
want somebody better than you were, right? you want to bring in somebody to take your job. That's how good they are.
Well, speaking of somebody better, Cade Foskey, defensive coordinator, still around. I thought, Cade, if I look at all these all these coaches on your staff, Phil, you got an embarrassment of riches. And I go, well, which guy, and a few guys leave here and there. I thought Cade might be his time, but I think he likes it here.
I definitely do. It's a great spot. You can't beat a program with great tradition like this place, but
there you go.
Program with this great tradition, but most of all, the thing that makes this whole thing go is the people, and that's the kids, and then most of all the staff. I mean, you work. I get the privilege to work for a phenomenal head football coach, Coach B. Hill, that I've known for a long time, and then our staff, offense and defense, is about as lights out as it gets, just from on and off the field. Getting to enjoy then the camaraderie, the family atmosphere with it. It is a straight cut up session all day long. And
we've seen some of the texts you share, and
let's not talk about that on the air. Right
no, but it's kind of funny because Coach will go, watch this, and he'll send one, and we'll just wait for the response. And some of them are golden. But talk about the community. You talked about the staff and the school and the culture, but y'all aren't from here. I mean, you spent some time here, but Pueblo's kind of embraced you even though you're not from here.
Yeah, for sure. The community's been phenomenal. Getting to know a lot of our boosters and just people out in the community. It is I'm from the state of Texas, and the home feel of it and the community feel of it is very similar to how it was in Texas. And these people, these homegrown Pueblo natives, love their football, and they embrace the staff along with our kids, along with our players as well that aren't from Colorado, that we've brought from all over. They've embraced them, and they've been nothing but welcoming and just great to us these last 3 years. And definitely they are a caveat to why this job is such a great job.
Yeah, you look at the big picture.
Yes, sir.
All the things that go with it.
Have to.
Well, it starts right in the middle of your defense. Number 5, right there, Mr. Seidenberger. And speaking of family and wanting to support people, his dad said, "You know what? Is it all right if a Texas company sponsors Thunderwolves football on the radio?" I said, "Damn right." He was one of the first ones aboard. Arrowhead Bank, we appreciate you for being on board with Thunderwolves football. But, I mean, that guy eats and sleeps football, doesn't he? He just comes out with a.
Yes.
You see him in civvies. He's kind of a nice, mild-mannered guy, but he turns the page.
He is a true Dr. Jekyll, Mr. Hyde type of guy, and I say it to all of our kids all the time. Nicest person there is. He's exactly who you want your daughter to marry one day. But the moment that sucker steps on the field, you talk about straight savage, and he is all out. And it's just he's a monster. From an accountability standpoint, leadership, all that, he holds our guys to a high standard to where what's great about our program as well on both sides of the ball is we don't have to do a lot of leading with our team. It is a player-led organization, and I feel like that's why we've had a lot of great success here these last 3 years is having guys like Gary who know what the standard is, and they're going to call kids out before we do ourselves as coaches onto our players. And you talk about a guy who intense is all get out. I'm an intense guy, I would say. He's right up there with me, and we will get at each other sometimes, but it is in a good way, and I feed off his energy, and he probably feeds off mine a little too much sometimes, but he is a true football junkie, and he loves the game, loves watching film, and he's done a really good job of pouring into our young guys, not just in the linebacker room, but at all levels, and teaching them how to watch film. How do you conduct yourself in the weight room? How do you conduct yourself outside of the football field and everything? And that's why he is the way he is, and he's going to be a great success. He's a great success on the field, and for the rest of his life, he'll be a great success because the determination, work ethic, and mindset that kid has is unbelievable.
Well, he plays with a chip on his shoulder, that Texas chip.
Yeah, he for sure does.
We talked to him about that. I go, were you under recruited? And he gave me the
100%.
He stared right through me, looked like you have no idea.
I think I do.
Yeah,
I've seen him a couple times.
He looked at me and he was like, and then from that on, that explained everything about Gary Seidenberg. Plus Seidenberg. You look at his legs.
His quads are.
He
humongous.
came back.
Quadzilla.
They went home from beginning of or middle of May until beginning of June, and it's so easy to get under his skin,
Nice.
And so he came back, and all these guys for whatever reason now are wearing these short shorts.
I know.
And
it's back.
It is back. And I was like, Gary, your legs I think got smaller over the break. Oh man, he took that to heart. He took that to heart big time.
Weight room now.
Oh, he's a great kid. I mean, he was our highest vote getter for our single digits this year. He had 107 total votes and like 50 first place votes.
But he stayed with 5.
Yes, he did.
Is that because they can pick if they?
Correct.
Okay.
Yep.
And
correct.
he stayed with 5.
Correct.
It helps me. The only thing I wish you guys would not do is have double numbers.
Sorry.
Makes it crazy. I mean, you don't have 99 guys out there. There's 1 through 99 or 0 through 99. Either one guy gets it or the other. Not
all right.
I don't want.
Joe's on his soapbox.
Just those.
Well, Coach Mack feels the same way with special teams because then it really screws him too. He's like, I can't have this guy out there and this guy out there at the same time.
But you don't want to lose a kid over number 14.
Well, it's just everybody wants certain numbers. You know what I mean? And we're never going to do doubles on our single digits. It's just not what we're going to do here. And so we have a plethora of DBs and receivers. And so, we just only have so many numbers with those numbers. Like right now, we doubled up 11 through 15. So it's only 5 numbers, or 6 numbers, excuse me, but or 10 through 16. Is that what it is? Or 15. But we still have all of our 80s completely full. And then, all of our 40s are completely full. It's just hard. You run out of – we got 150 guys on the roster.
Wow. And Roman changed his number.
I'm sorry?
Roman?
Yep.
Yeah.
Roman was voted a single digit.
Yeah.
So
good for him.
he decided to go – keep it in the family.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Number 4.
Yeah.
That's nice.
Okay. I love
That's
that.
very nice. I noticed that. Well, and then also the single digit thing. You're going to have a guy that's about 300 pounds that comes with an attitude wearing a single digit on that defensive front.
Yeah, Josiah Sampleton. You talk about a guy who gets the machine going.
Do we have to get a bigger 9 to put on there, or is it going to be one of those scrunched up 9s?
We might need to tailor it a little bit on the side, just a little bit.
Cody wore that one last year, so
he was
Cody
tall.
stretched it out pretty good. It
Just
looked
not
like a
as
dress
wide.
on Sam's short self, but no, Samp is he's dynamite.
Great kid.
Yeah.
He's a phenomenal kid, phenomenal student in the classroom, phenomenal student of the game. Wants to be a coach one day. Like I'm saying it right now, I'm going to hire him one day. He's just got a great mind for it. He's great with people, but he he truly took a huge step around the middle of the season last year,
Right.
and started playing at a high level, and it's only gotten more. This fall, he has been really, really good, and
He
I'm
is so
excited.
disruptive.
Tough to block.
Did
So
it click
disruptive.
to him that he was just stronger and better than the guys he was facing?
A little bit of it is just kind of getting correlated with the scheme and just kind of getting in that rhythm. When we signed Samp, he was coming off a shattered ankle, and he hadn't played football in almost a year whenever he suited up for us in the fall of 2023. Did have a spring to kind of develop him and get it right. He was a guy we had to play early because of depth issues, and he was that guy that, I kick myself in the butt all the time. Like, man, if we could have redshirted that guy, if we had a couple other guys here, he would just be a redshirt sophomore right now. We'd have him for 3 more years, and who knows where his development could be. But, you got to go with what you get, and things have just started to click for him from a technique standpoint, body position, learning how to rush the passer, learning different angles, and how blocking schemes are going to happen, which is going to help make him a great coach one day. That's what's really came together and really helped grow him as a player, and that's where you start to see the production side things. But the one thing he's done a great job this fall camp is step up and really own up to that leadership role that, we lost a lot of seniors in that room last year.
Right.
And he's taken that step up to be that guy that everybody looks upon to see, hey, what are we doing? What's the plan? But he's the guy that makes the machine go. Gary's the quarterback of the defense, and Samp is the engine that makes the machine go, for sure.
Well, then on the backside, you lose Bone, but you got a couple guys that are going to step in, I think, and do just as well.
No question. Losing Daniel is definitely tough. I love Daniel Bone. He's one of my favorite players of all time. The way he plays the game is exactly how everybody should play, with reckless abandonment, flying around, and just freaking hit people. And the love for the game as well. Y'all know Daniel's infectious personality and just love for the game is something that you as a coach love, and you can't beat that. And it's definitely been in the spring. I texted him like after our first spring practice, like, definitely doesn't feel the same without having you here. But
no doubt.
The guys that we have in that room right now, Coach Mack's done an unbelievable job developing that group because there's some youth there. Brought in a couple senior transfers there as well. But a guy like Caden Rulo, who has, let's say, set his time, he's paid his dues.
He came on as a year in.
He did. He had 3 game-sealing interceptions. KDOT played a lot for us these last 2 years, especially last year. And so when you lose Daniel Bone, the multiple-year All-American, everybody frets around the country like, oh, what are they going to be any good? I do think we have a great chance to be better at that spot, and I think KDOT is really talented, and I think there's a lot of things that we can do with him that can show off his talent and help us be even better on defense. But, P. Shaw back there in the back end as well, super electric talent. We played him at nickel last year. He's playing safety for us and does a really good job. But the depth behind them, we've got a 3 deep at the safety spots that that those guys could probably go anywhere else in the country and be starters or be at least playing 40 snaps a game. But they're guys that are going to develop and contribute here, and we're going to make sure we rotate because of the high talent that we have.
Well, the way the pace of the game is now, too, more and more plays, you got a defense. It's nice to have that depth.
You have to, especially in the defense that we play and just the tempo offenses you see, you have to be able to develop guys and rotate guys, and that only increases things for them from a development standpoint. But I'm excited about the guys that we have behind guys like Rulo and seeing them unleash hell on our opponents this year. I'm excited that in the corner room as well, we've got a lot of talented DBs, and especially in the corner room, guys that can lock down anybody and go to work. It's easy to play man when you've got the guys to do it. And so,
you had that luxury last year with Daniel, but I remember it almost seemed like Caden was learning at the feet of the master.
For sure.
Don't you think? It was sort of like he was being coached to be the heir apparent for that particular role.
Yeah, that's definitely what he has been slated for the whole time I've been here. And I've told him whenever Daniel graduated, it's your time to shine.
Right.
You're not in a shadow or anything like that anymore. And Daniel did a phenomenal job of mentoring KDOT and bringing him along, and Coach Mack has as well. And I'm excited to see Caden step into that leadership role and be the guy, even though he's played a ton for us. I'm excited in the new role he's in now to watch him truly go.
He is you talk about being in the right place at the right time.
Ball magnet.
I don't know how. I mean, I'd say he probably had 7 or 8 picks in fall camp, and just is constantly around the football. So it's the days that he didn't get a pick, I was like, dude, what's going on?
Were you
all right?
asleep?
Is everything
Yeah,
all
what's
right?
happening? You taking the day off?
He's a great kid.
All right, we got questions coming your way next. We'll also talk a little special teams. If you've got a question for the coach or any of the coaches here, 719-671-7574, or you can X Joe or tweet Joe.
I have
you
a
want
couple
to
already.
That's good. So that's good. Brought to you by Russell Implement again this year, your local premier Kubota Case International Harvester New Holland dealer. Please like their Facebook business page for a chance to win one of 2 $100 gift cards and receive all updates and promotions you're offering. Same name, same family since 1960. Happy to have them back as a sponsor of the Pack Football Show, along with our friends at Keg One with all the swag we got here tonight. Are those the flags we got and the little beanies? What have we got? Oh, yeah. I love the flag. Look at that. Look at that. Your basic Coors Light.
Can't go wrong.
Silver Bullet. It's always a good choice. What else you got there? Oh, yeah, that's the flag he's bringing out. All right, that's the kind of stuff our friends at Keg One provide. Oh, yeah,
That's a good
Thunderwolves
hang
flag.
out in your
Look at
dorm
that.
room.
Exactly.
Do they even live in dorm rooms anymore? Do they?
Oh, yeah.
Okay.
All right, it's a good deal. All right, we are at ThunderZone Pizza and Tap House. $10 hamburger night all night. If you're listening to the show, come on out and get a $10 burger, some fries, and a nice cold Coors Light as well to go along with it. Mm-hmm. It is the Pack Football Show. Back with more right after this on Fox Sports Pueblo.
This is the Pack Football Show on Fox Sports 1350. Let's head over to ThunderZone Pizza and Tap with your hosts Jim Brooks and Joe Cervi, along with Thunderwolves head coach Philip Vigil.
And welcome back, ThunderZone Pizza and Tap House. Oh, Thunderwolves football, we are ready. We're brought to you this year on the Pack Football Show by the Colorado Front Range Roofing, or the Colorado Front Ranges as we're going to call them this year. They're going to be the sponsor of a couple of different things. Can't wait for the first broadcast, Joe. You're not going to believe all the different little.
I love it. I even had somebody
sponsors.
approach me about
really
joining the fun.
Well, let's get them in.
Yep.
Colorado Front Range Roofing. They take pride in offering top quality roofing services to homeowners and businesses across the Front Range with years of experience in the industry. Skilled team specializing in roof repairs, installations, and replacements, ensuring durability and protection for every property they service.
Nice, sir.
The Colorado Front Range Roofing Pros. Glad to have them as a not only a sponsor of the Pack Football Show, but one of our premier sponsors of our Thunderwolves broadcast this year. And we also, John Riston. I know you guys, you're giving me too much credit for this little nickel and dime stuff I've been doing, getting some extra money. But John's got a big one, and he told me I could go ahead and tease it tonight. Ford Motor Company.
Oh, there we go.
Coming on board of Thunderwolves Athletics, so we can say Ford Motor Company, proud sponsor of not only the Pack Football Show, but of Thunderwolves Athletics. More on that to come.
Nice.
I heard they were giving you guys Raptors.
It's going to be a big deal.
Yeah, that'd be all right. I want the Lightning. Is it out parked out back?
Well, I think the Expedition is what we're going to be pushing on our broadcast on the live stream.
Maybe they'll let us borrow one for road trips.
Yeah, that'd be nice.
We'll
get one to Ben. He can drive.
No, Ben does not get to drive anything that I'm in.
Okay, well, he can drive me around.
He will kill us in an instant.
Wow.
Ben Greenberg, Sports Information. We just like to say things to make sure Ben's awake over there. All he has to do here tonight is turn the knob.
Yeah,
left and right. Now, of course, he's put out this I had somebody look at the one I had online today. We were reading it. He goes, how many pages is it? I go, it's 53. I go, do you read all that? I go, well, I'm going to try. I usually, there's a few things I skip around, but there's so much good information in the release that Ben Greenberg puts out each and every week, and we're proud of the work he does here for CSU Pueblo, and he's sitting over here turning knobs.
He loves when we text him during the game about a stat. He goes, well, it's on page 15, you idiots. Just turn to it, look there. Because there's so much information. It's right in front of you. If you just
read,
look.
it's there.
Yeah.
Reading is fundamental.
But
all right, Phil, special teams. What do we got? We got a long snapper.
We do.
Of course, we got. Is John still here? John Kelly still here? He had to leave, but of course, his former,
Georgina, widow,
passed away with the long snapper scholarship. Who is the long snapper recipient this year?
Owen Morgan's our long snapper recipient of the scholarship. Yeah,
nice.
So
and that's always the first thing she asks each and every. We missed her. This is the first year we've done a broadcast without her being with us at the ThunderZone.
I know when I saw John,
it's hard.
It's hard. It's hard.
But, John was in Saturday. He goes, hey.
Snap.
Yeah, John came in. He goes, what are the dates? I go, well, we're on Monday. We're on Tuesday. We're on Tuesday. We're on. And so I printed them out a little. I go, here's for your fridge, Don. He goes, okay. That's all he needs. I just need direction.
Right.
And so he's happy to be a part of it.
We sure do miss her.
All right, so we got the long snapper down. So now let's talk about the kicking game.
What do you want to know?
I want to know who it's going to be.
Good
I thought it was going to be one guy, and then I see another guy. Is it kind of a back and forth here?
Well, we
what we always say about quarterbacks: when you have two, you have none. Is that the same way with kickers?
That's a good question. Probably, to be honest. Honestly, probably. Obviously we had our kicker last year got in the portal, went to a Division I school, and so we did a good job in recruiting again. And we've got two transfers, one Division I transfer, one a JUCO transfer that came in. And we are not going to announce our kicker yet.
Okay.
It's been an open competition all fall, and it's kind of come down to the wire, to be honest with you. We're going to kick one more time tomorrow. We're going to tally everything up, and we're going to see who the winner is going to be.
So they don't know.
It's been very, very tight.
Okay.
I kind of left it blank on my deal. I went, let's just move them both over here into the, second string, and then see who we're going to play.
So that was a legitimate or.
It is.
Okay.
Yeah. Now, obviously, our punter situation is different. Regan is back this year. He's an unbelievable punter. Does a really good job. I think we
has a different sound when he hits it, doesn't it?
Well, those Aussies, from down under, it's just
when
different.
They hit the ball.
And he got better, though. That's one of the noticeable position all year last year that we watched from start to finish. He got better to where he was, like, to us, the best punter in the conference at the end of the season.
I agree.
And so it's sort of like to know that that's coming back.
Well, I think the thing that, just that whole punt unit did a really good job of. Last year, I think we led or were in the tops of the country in punt returns, right?
Yeah.
And so, very few punts that we actually kicked were returned at all.
Well, inside 20, too. He's very good at not punting it through the end zone and padding his stats. He's always giving your defense a chance to come up with a big play inside the 20.
Yeah, he did a great job. Today we were practicing pooch punt on the plus territory, and I just told him, I was like, dude, you're wasting your time. We're going for it on fourth down.
Yeah,
it don't matter.
Well, we laugh because we've always surmised all the way back in the day that an RMAC punter should lead the nation in punting every year. When you're punting at Alamosa, Gunnison, Pueblo, Mines, that you should lead the nation in punting. One of you should every year.
Well, when you don't punt, it's hard.
Well, you can go for it all the time if you want.
I told Coach Dodge, I said you better have a great fourth down menu ready to rock and roll.
Coach V tells me that, and then Regan tells me, hey, I'll get you one punt today. You got one. That's what you get.
And it's going to be a doozy.
It's going to be a good
When
one.
I have to punt, it's going to be a big-time
Just
punt.
to flip the field that one time.
That's right.
All right.
So I'll help you one time here.
All right.
All right, so return game. What do we got going on there?
A plethora of guys that can do it.
We got Musa back.
We got
Fearless.
Moose is back and healthy. That was the thing that last year he was really banged up. Excuse me. He's gained some really good weight in this offseason. So he's back.
Right,
obviously got Zach Rakowski back there. You got Reese Robinson.
Reese was good year.
Return another
he got a
punt for a touchdown last year.
He got a TD last year.
Yep.
What about Cookie? I didn't see him listed on. Are you going to keep him in the receiver room?
He's still in the mix and all that stuff. And so we've got a lot of guys that can go. So it's exciting, But again, it's one of those things like Coach Matt. Good luck, man. You got to keep everybody happy here.
Well, I think all your assistants have that problem right now.
Well, you bring up excitement and Cook. I mean, that is just a feel-good story. And there's a guy. I mean, he's had several opportunities to say, you know what, I can't do this anymore. But he just keeps, plugging away at rehab and wants to be out there.
It's year 17 for him?
Yeah, something like that.
He's the Dominic Feeney of wide receivers in the RMAC.
I think he was here in the first game in the inauguration of CSU Pueblo football
season.
No, he's an unbelievable young man and has worked his tail off to get back. And
Keon too.
Both of them.
Yeah, I mean from what they underwent.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
And they're both single digits for us.
Yeah.
It's like they have a year where they're not in the role that they would like to be in or that we would like them to be in, and they're still leading. And I think that shows in our kids voting for them as single digits this next year. So unbelievable people.
All right, we're looking forward to it. Rustler Implement, sponsor of the show again this year, your local premier Kubota Case International Harvester and New Holland dealer. Please like their Facebook page. Chance to win a couple $100 gift cards. Same name, same family since 1960. Proud sponsor of the Pack Football Show, along with our friends at Keg One. back in force again this year. Look at that stuff, those hats. I like that, the powder blue or the baby blue with the Coors Light logo.
Oh, yeah.
Can't go wrong right there.
Keep your head warm.
That's right. Sooner than later,
right?
That's going to be a factor. All right, we'll come back after this timeout. We'll talk about this week's opponent. Don't sleep on South Dakota Mines and their head coach. I mean, they're dangerous, Phil. We're going to talk about that when we come back. It's the Pack Football Show. We're at ThunderZone Pizza and Tap House. $10 burgers all night. Fox Sports Pueblo
podcast.
This is the Pack Football Show on Fox Sports 1350. Let's head over to ThunderZone Pizza and Tap with your hosts Jim Brooks and Joe Cervi, along with Thunderwolves head coach Philip Veal.
Welcome back. ThunderZone Pizza and Tap House. $10 burgers all night long. New sponsor for Thunderwolves football this year, Colorado Front Range Roofing Company. Jim Sprague and all the boys there. Veteran owned. Thank you, Jim, for your service. Colorado Front Range Roofing take pride in offering top-quality roofing services to homeowners and businesses across the Front Range. Years of experience in the industry. Skilled team specializes in roof repairs, installations, replacements, ensuring durability and protection for every property they service. Colorado Front Range Roofing, the Colorado Front Rangers, we're going to call them during our broadcast. There's going to be a special announcement on that on our broadcast on Thursday night. We've got questions. Your host forgot to bring up the questions.
Hey, it's first one out.
All right.
We didn't get a spring training.
Well,
we didn't get a spring ball or a fall camp.
Well,
we just started, man.
Yeah, Ken's down there in Missouri. It's the first question I always get every year. He didn't fail me again this year. Didn't hear from Uncle Charlie today, though. It's maybe Uncle Charlie didn't realize we're on Monday night this year, but for this game anyway. Ken wants to know who your most impressive transfers that we're going to see, and newcomers that we're going to see this weekend that are going to really open some eyes in this game. Who do you think is going to be one of those 2 or 3 guys?
Oh, look, he doesn't want to see. Look at that face.
I don't want to tell.
We don't want to tell the opponent.
I don't want to.
Okay, I can understand. Well, is it going to be a linebacker, a DB, a running back, a receiver?
I'm really excited about some guys we got the receiver room.
Okay.
I'm really excited about some guys we got the D-line room.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right. So that's good. That's good. I read the room, as they say, Joe. I read the room very well there. Didn't want to give away who these players are.
Kicker.
Yeah, exactly. You don't do that. Joe, you've got a couple of questions.
And they both go to Coach Dodge, first year offensive coordinator. Not first year here, first year period. The first question was,
what are we going to do on 3rd and 1? No, I'm sorry.
That's what you're going to ask every 3rd and 1.
I love it.
And it'll be repetitive in my head all season long. 3rd and 1, what's he going to go with? So one of the questions is, the offense, is it going to resemble what it did last year, or is it a wholesale overhaul change?
From a change standpoint, I mean, we averaged 40+ points last year.
Right.
So I if it's not broke, you don't just try to wholesale.
Yeah, don't screw it up.
It's more. What can we do exactly? What can do to maximize things? What can do to maximize the personnel that we have? I think your mind goes there first. I know mine did.
Okay, well, and that brings me to the second part of that question: is what role do you see Russell Patton playing in the running game?
I think Russ is poised to have a breakout year for sure. I mean, I think he had a great spring. He played in 3 games, was able to maintain his red shirt in the fall, and then in the spring you could see him take a step. And I think he's still figuring out how big he is, figuring out how well he runs. We had some opportunities in the spring to show that, and obviously, having an opportunity to scrimmage in WT and seeing a different opponent in the spring, I think was great for him. And he one of the biggest improvements I think he made from fall to spring. I know he can run the ball. It was pass protection, to be honest. Like, can he be a guy that we trust in those situations to know who he's got to pick up? But no, I think he's had a great fall camp too. I'm excited to see him under the lights running the ball.
Well, that's great. Jim and I have done this for so long. We're like you. You have coaching trees and scouting trees and people that know your personnel. And I had a guy that I've known for a long time in this business, and he's like, hey, what are they going to do with that Pat kid? They saw him play. And so that's where that came from.
When he's confident. And so when I say this, I don't want to make it sound like he's not. He's very confident. I feel like he's just scratching the surface of for sure what he can and what he will.
He doesn't know how good he can be.
No.
Well, he had a great summer, too, out there at Desert Hawk. working in the cart barn there. The greeter when you come off the course, there's Russ. Hey, what you doing? Ready to go? I'm ready.
Specimen
I'm
of
ready.
a
he is
human
ready.
being.
Yeah, he's
As a
you
freshman.
know, and this, I'm saying this as a compliment. He looks like he's 42. I mean, he looks like well, who's that coach?
Yeah. I want to look like him at 42.
Yeah, I mean, I'm like,
Golly.
my gosh, this guy looks like who's that guy?
He's a grown man.
Well, we thank everybody for your questions. Let's move on to South Dakota Mines, this ball club. They've got a few holes to fill here, but I look at a lot of their core personnel, especially on the defensive end there, Phil, and they've got some guys that make some plays on defense that I've noticed that are back that have some big numbers.
Yeah, I mean, it's their first game. You don't really know. I think overall, offensively, defensively, they returned 6 starters total, or maybe 7 it is. So you don't really know exactly what you're going to see. I do know that they're going to be extremely well coached and they're going to play really, really hard. Coach Floor has done an unbelievable job since he's been there. I think he's had a winning season for I don't know how many years there since he's been there, and his kids have always, they don't make mistakes. They play extremely hard. They're going to do a really good job scheming you up, and so that's where for us going into this first game, it's really about us being able to execute our scheme. And because we don't know what they're going to do, and we don't know what new schemes that they're going to have or what new personnel they're going to have. And so we've got to be really good at executing our stuff. We've got to be really good at adjusting in the game and trying to figure out how they're going to attack us and what they're going to try to take away, and so that we can adjust to that and play our game. And so, I know they got some transfers. I know they got a transfer quarterback that's in right now. He is an FCS transfer. He I think threw 29 touchdowns last year.
Athletic
kid. I assume
For
he's
who?
going to Stonehill. Is that right?
Stonehill College.
Yeah.
Okay.
And so he's gonna bring a new dynamic to their offense. They've got some receivers back, a running back back. You mentioned a couple of their playmakers on the defensive side. The thing that you're always going to get with these guys on the defensive side is their goal is to be +1 in the box no matter what. And so they want to make sure that they stop the run. And so that's been our challenge to the offensive line and the running backs all week long is you're going to be +1 in the box. Can we still run the football?
Well, they had a hell of a wide receiver last year, and the quarterback's pretty good too. But, Joe, I thought that was a ball game where the Thunderwolves, I don't want to say take his will out of the game, but they just kind of – it got very uncomfortable for him by the third quarter. It's like, man, oh, man, do I want to continue to take this beating? I think that's you got after him, and I'm sure that's probably the recipe again this year.
I think you look at any level of football, from the NFL to the highest levels of Division I to Pee Wee football, if you can get after the decision maker, you're going to have an opportunity to win that football game. And so that's the beautiful thing about what Coach Foskey does is as a defensive line background, he knows how important it is to create indecision with the quarterback, make him feel pressure, make him see ghosts. And we've done a really good job in the past 2 years under Coach Foskey of creating turnovers because of that and creating sacks. I think what were we in the country last year in sacks?
Number 9
in the country.
And that was after kind of a slow start. I mean, the second half of the year, you guys were dynamite.
So that I
after
just
the quarterback.
I know we're going to be able to do some of those similar things this year, and really for us again, it's about us executing our game plan, and doing what we need to do, both offensively and defensively.
Well, South Dakota Mines back in the day was kind of an afterthought. And when Charlie took over, he kind of changed that instantly
no doubt.
To where you're going to have to play to win, especially there. I mean, that's the most ridiculous place on the planet. But he did it. His mark on that, where they're no longer a pushover, was almost immediate. And they've kind of been that tough and this is his 6th year now there. So he's kind of molded that into, hey, we're not going to let you walk over us.
You gotta show up and play now. Like we are not taking this team lightly at all.
No.
You know what I mean?
But I think that's a tribute to them too, because
100%.
They play like that now.
100%. Again, you look at Coach Floor's career. I mean, the guy's won several national championships. He was a part of Northwest Missouri State staff for a very long time under Coach Churchma, under Coach Dorrell, under Coach Wright. And you talk about a program that wins at a very, very high level. There's not many programs in the country that win more games than CSU Pueblo. That's one of them.
Right.
Yeah.
And he knows how to instill culture, and he's done it, just like you said, from day one, and have a lot of respect for him. And what he's been able to do there. And I know we're going to have to play our best game on Thursday, not Saturday, on Thursday, to be able to do what we want to do. We have to.
Well, speaking of Thursdays, is this something you like or dislike, or do you enjoy the Thursday night special? Maybe 3 of them might be too many, but the first one's all right, right?
I think I like the thought of them more than the actual
yeah.
thing. Like it's every day. It's like, okay, today is Monday, but really it's Wednesday. Tomorrow is Tuesday, but it's actually Thursday. Our days are so jacked up. Okay. And so it's you're constantly trying to figure out, okay, it is Sunday, but it's our Tuesday practice. It is Monday, but it's our Wednesday practice. It's, you know what I mean? And so you're kind of backwards from that standpoint. But I do think it gives an opportunity for, a couple more night games, which is awesome. Gives an opportunity for some people during the week, I think, to come out when maybe their weekends are filled with going to the fair or high school games or whatever that looks like. And so I'm excited about that. I'm excited about, back-to-back Thursday night games. Realistically, that third week, we had 2 choices. So it was between playing Pitt State or playing Central Missouri. And, I wanted that third Thursday night game. And the reason I wanted that was because I wanted to get an extra practice for the next RMAC opponent. And if we have a Thursday practice, we can get one more extra practice in for that opponent, which will be Mesa this year.
I was going to say, I wonder which one it'll be.
And they'll have a bye before they play us.
Oh, wow.
And so that's why we went with Central Missouri, because Pitt State said we cannot play on Thursday. And I told Central Missouri, I said, either we're going to play on Thursday or we're going to play Pitt State on Saturday. And they said, we'll play on Thursday. I said, fantastic. Here we go.
We'll be there.
That's awesome.
Right?
Yep.
Well, I think Joe and I are on record. I'd like to see Saturday night games all year long. I think Saturday night's a natural.
Now that I'm no longer a sports writer, you can play whenever you want.
Yeah, he can play Saturday night all the time for Joe, because it had to sit there and write the
game
story.
Started at 8 o'clock. My deadline would be like 25 seconds after the game. I'd have to file a story. Now, whenever. You play whenever. I'll be there.
I don't want to play at night anymore. I just hate waiting around.
Yeah.
I want to play at noon every day.
So you like that big noon Saturday.
Yes, 100%.
Well, I was about ready to sign off, but Uncle Charlie is checking in.
Right. Hey.
Uncle Charlie at the last moment. So, yeah, even Uncle Charlie gets a nice little – and let's see, I gotta open it up. Oh, I don't want to do Face ID. Come on, there we go. Okay. He wants to know, how good are we going to be?
There you go.
Talk about Texas recruits. He's all about Texas. Who's your number one Texas guy you brought in this year?
This
Golly.
year. I was going to say, I know the number
well,
one
we know
Texas
the number one
guy.
is always is, but yeah.
That's a good question. We've got some pretty talented kids from Texas this year. Our freshman class in general, from Colorado, Arizona, Texas, there's some kids from Cali that I think are going to be really special too. This class is going to be pretty special in the future. We've got some. I feel like we're a pretty deep ball club right now, and we've got some freshmen that could play for us this year.
Sweet.
All right. Final message to the fans. Big night, Thursday night. It's a red out.
Oh, man. Just excited to get back at it. It's already here. Excited to be at home and under the lights in Pueblo, and hope that the Pueblo community come out and support the Thunderwolves. It's going to be a great night.
All right. We're looking forward to it immensely, as we'll be on air. Remember, it's a Thursday night special. Kickoff is at 6 o'clock, Joe, right?
6:05.
6:05, yes, exactly, because of the extra 5 minutes for the RMAC network, which is a little change this year. Instead of 2 minutes after the hour, they're going 5, so it gives a little extra game. Joe and I are back on the live stream this year, so we're happy about that. But
hey, let's go.
Our first main job is on the radio, 5:30 with the pregame show on Fox Sports Pueblo. We'll take it on up to 6 o'clock, and that's when the television audience will join us on the RMAC network.
It is pay-per-view this year, too.
It is, but it's
so you might as well just come out to the game.
Right.
Exactly.
You know what I mean?
The radio is free. Joe and I will paint the pictures for you
RMAC
all
is
season
but
long.
The cost of a ticket to come watch this team, well worth it.
Amen.
That's right. All right. Special thanks to Kate Foskey tonight, and of course Jordan Dodge, and our of course ThunderZone Pizza and Tap House, providing all the refreshments and the good dinner. $10 burger. That's what I'm having right after the show. I'm going to go with a $10 burger. I bet Ben might even have a $10 burger tonight as well.
He might.
All right, next week, no radio. We'll be on, we think, Facebook Live. Is that where we're going to go? Facebook Live next week, and that'll be on Tuesday, the day after Labor Day. So you got to stay tuned. We'll promote it all. But the first few weeks of the season here, we're all over the lot. But next week will be a Facebook Live broadcast for you here.
Hey, just in the nick of time, Dr. P walking
man.
in. I thought he was going to miss today.
You know, if that
Oh
would've
yeah,
been-
you need him, and yeah, you got to have him. So
That would've spelled
it's official.
doom.
It's official.
We got to wait
before
to
we go
end
off
it.
the air.
gotta
Dr.
wait.
Paul Plinsky is in
And
the
he's
house.
in.
Yeah,
He's in the
congratulations.
house.
Hey,
Let's
Paul,
go.
let's get Paul
He's
Plinsky
in the
in.
house. Let's go.
There we go. All right.
Now we
All
can
right.
sign off.
Look, Bill can breathe now. He was a little worried.
All right, for the head coach, Phil Vigil, for Joe Cervi, for Ben Greenberg, for all of our sponsors. Aaron Kinnischtzke has been our producer and engineer tonight of Thunder Wolves, the Pack Football Show. My name is Jim Brooks. We'll talk to you on Thursday night. Good night, everybody.